Your parents were wrong about this one. Every time you spot a moth in your closet, your hand goes straight for it. Swat it, smash it, problem solved. Except it isn't. That moth was never the threat. By the time you see it fluttering near your sweaters, it's already too late to stop anything, and killing it might be the worst move you make all week. Here's the part that throws people. The adult moth you're chasing around in your closet can't eat your clothes. It physically can't. Adult clothes moths, the webbing clothes moth and the case-making clothes moth, the two species responsible for almost all closet damage, have reduced non-functional mouthparts. They don't feed at all. Their entire adult lifespan, somewhere between 2 and 4 weeks, is spent doing exactly one thing: finding a mate and laying eggs. That sweater hole everyone blames on the moth was never made by a moth at all. It was made by something with no wings, no visible shape worth noticing, and no interest in fluttering anywhere near you. The actual damage comes from the larvae, small, pale, worm-like caterpillars that hatch from eggs the female moth deposits directly into fabric. These larvae feed on keratin, the protein found in wool, fur, feathers, and silk, which is why clothes moths go after natural fibers and mostly ignore synthetics. They can spend weeks to months quietly chewing through fibers, often in the dark, folded layers of clothing you haven't worn in a while. By the time an adult moth shows up flying around your closet, the eggs are already laid. The damage, if there's going to be any, is already in motion somewhere you can't see. So, what does swatting the moth actually accomplish? Less than you'd think. Clothes moths are famously light avoidant, the opposite of the moths you picture circling a porch lamp. Open the closet door, and the sudden light and movement sends them darting for cover, deeper into the dark folded layers of fabric where they feel safe. Chase one with a rolled-up magazine, and you're not eliminating a threat. You're just scaring an egg-laying adult deeper into your clothes, exactly where she's most likely to lay more eggs before you ever see her again. That's the quiet trap in this whole story. The visible moth gives you a false sense of control. You kill it, you feel like you've handled the problem, and you close the closet door satisfied. Meanwhile, the actual infestation, the eggs, the larvae, the slow fiber damage, keeps going completely unaffected by anything that happened to that one adult.
So, if killing the moth doesn't help, what does? This is where it gets a little more useful and a little stranger. Clothes moth larvae don't just eat fabric. Some research suggests they preferentially target areas already contaminated with sweat, skin oils, or food residue because those substances may supply nutrients keratin alone doesn't provide. That sweater with a faint stain you kept meaning to wash, it might be more attractive to larvae than a freshly laundered one sitting right next to it. Cleanliness isn't just about hygiene here. It's pest control you didn't know you were doing. This also explains something that confuses a lot of people: why moths seem to target certain garments and ignore others entirely, almost like they're choosing favorites. They're not being picky for no reason. They're following chemical cues, soil, oils, even the type of fiber, and gravitating toward whatever gives the larvae the best shot of survival once they hatch. Here's the genuinely surprising part, the one most pest control advice skips entirely. Vacuuming, not killing, is the single most effective thing you can do when you spot an adult moth. Vacuuming the closet, corners, baseboards, the undersides of shelves, the seams of stored garments physically removes eggs and larvae that swatting could never touch. Cold storage, deep freezing fabric for several days, and thorough washing at appropriately hot temperatures kill eggs and larvae directly. Cedar and lavender, despite their popularity, mostly just repel adult moths from landing in the first place. They do very little, if anything, to the eggs or larvae already present. A moth-free closet was never won by reflexes. It was won by laundry and a vacuum cleaner, which is somehow both anticlimactic and the entire point. There's still real debate among entomologists about exactly how strong that stain attraction effect is across different fabric types. It isn't settled science, just a consistent enough pattern that pest researchers take it seriously. What changes once you actually understand this isn't really about the moths. It's about realizing how much of what feels like doing something, the swat, the satisfying smack against a hanger, was never connected to the actual problem at all. The moth was just the part you could see. The real story was happening in the dark, in the folds, in places a quick reflex was never going to reach. Next time you open that closet door and something flutters out, maybe don't reach for it right away. Watch where it goes instead. That's where the real work starts. If you want to know what else is sharing space with you that you've never actually looked for, there's more living closer than you think.